This video is the first in a series talking about user needs for people with learning and cognitive disabilities. A lot of critical services are not usable by lots of people unless they get help, which really isn't good enough. There are also a lot of good services that people just want to be able to use and can't. So we're going to chat about the kind of issues that are stopping people from using your website or app and alternative designs that help people instead. I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague who's joining me today, Sean Thompson, who's an accessibility advisor with a disability, I believe.
Yes, I'm an accessibility advisor who has a cognitive disability, traumatic brain injury with memory retention.
Let me show you some screens. The first screen it's a screenshot of a standard login. It's in Hebrew, but it's the same everywhere. It asks you for the user ID, and then you've got to give the password. And if you get it wrong 3 times, they're going to lock you out. And they're going to ask you to change it every 3 months, just in case there is something you could remember theoretically. They have a link if you've forgotten it, which you can press. And then they'll take you to this screen, which is a phone. You put in your phone number, it will send you a verification code, and then you have to copy that code from your phone into the website. Sean, how do you feel about these things? Can you manage them?
So when it comes to me, when it comes to two-factor authentication and things have to be copied, I have a problem remembering more than 3 digits at a time, and copying them over and over, I tend to make mistakes.
I can't remember more than 3 items. Less on a bad day. There are days I can manage 2. And when I get it wrong twice, for something like my bank account, I'll call my accountant who'll log on for me so that I don't get blocked. But that's not a cheap solution.
No, and also sometimes if you get distracted in the middle of it, and then you have to go back, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to remember what application you were using if it's all on your mobile phone. For me, I work in tech, so I'm somewhat easier, but for people like my mother who gets easily stressed out when there's too many steps and trying to find where she was, and if she gets distracted, it becomes an almost impossible solution for that.
Anyway, for me, the problems remembering numbers and letters and names also, I can't remember. I can remember interesting ideas since I was 3 years old, but I think it's a different part of the brain involved in analyzing things in long-term memory and then this short-term recall working type of memory. So people with short-term memory problems who will struggle with this can be in any profession, because the part of the brain that's affected is what they call localized. It's one part of the brain, not often the whole brain.
Yeah, definitely. And what I find is an easier solution for me is whenever they send you a link to click on to verify that it's you. It's sometimes easier. You don't have to remember anything. You can just click on the link and it opens up and it validates who you are. There's nothing to remember there. You just click. Although often you're told not to click a link if you're not expecting it. So you have to really be mindful that you're going to receive it and click on it right away, so that you don't look at it later on and forget that you were receiving that email. I think it's always a better option than trying to get someone to remember and copy paste texts or numbers into a validation.
And there's so many different types of technologies out there that can solve it. I have some screenshots. One here is the logging in through different third-party applications such as Google or GitHub or Facebook. This is just a standard screenshot that shows someone doing that. Some designers don't like that as much because they don't know if it gives them the security levels that they need. But that's fine because there are plenty of other options. This is the ECAS site from the EU, the European Commission. And they have all different kinds of things like the FIDO or tokens or the standard password if that's what you want. The W3C also have a specification called web authentication. I will leave a link in the description. It's a handshaking specification. So you as a designer get to say what security mechanisms you're comfortable with or you're going to accept. And then the user can choose from them the ones that work for their scenario. But it's not just people with learning cognitive disabilities, is it? I mean, there can be people who are just having a bad day. For example, time of stress, and that could be needing to get your taxes done, or your son just broke his arm, or getting a bad diagnosis. And these are not times that you want to struggle or fail with your web services. So stress, as well as other mental health related things, anxiety, these all affect memory, cognitive function, focus for a lot of people.
And often, like a lot of things, when you solve something for a person with a disability similar to a cognitive disability, it makes it often easier for a lot of other people. So it's always good to try and help everyone out, and it works out really well.
There's a lot more information on this and many other design issues and solutions in our document, making content usable for people with learning cognitive disabilities. I will leave a link to that as well in the description. Let us know in the comments what design issues you have come across, or if you'd like issues discussed in a similar video. And thanks to Pearson for sponsoring this video, and to Sean for joining me. I'm Lisa Seaman Horowitz. If you found this useful or would like to see more similar videos, please like and subscribe.
Thank you.